Logan Paul, the internet's bad boy with a flair for controversy, found something unexpected: love. And in the world of fame, love doesn't come without a price. Their relationship started like something out of a rom-com. The details of how they met weren't public knowledge for a while, but the chemistry was undeniable. Logan and Nina together? It felt like a headline waiting to happen. And then, Logan made it official. A single Instagram post. That's all it took. Logan shared a picture of him and Nina, smiling, happy, making their relationship public. The internet exploded. On the surface, it seemed like a moment of pure joy. But underneath, a darker narrative was beginning to form. The comments came rolling in, and they weren't the kind you'd screenshot to remember fondly. People weren't just criticizing their relationship, they were dissecting it. Nina's dating history became instant internet fodder. Names like Leonardo DiCaprio and Adam Levine were thrown into the mix, and the jokes practically wrote themselves. Memes flooded social media with cruel jabs like, "She's got more exes than Logan's got apologies." It didn't take long for Logan to turn off the comments. For someone like Logan Paul, a man who thrives on attention and engagement, this was like waving a white flag. It was a small move, but it spoke volumes. Something wasn't right, and everyone watching could feel it. At this point, you might think, okay, people love drama. They'll move on. But the internet doesn't just move on. It digs deeper, it latches on, and it doesn't let go until there's nothing left to destroy. Logan and Nina's relationship, which should have been a private joy, had become public property. And as we'll soon see, the worst was yet to come. It started with a picture, a single moment captured on Instagram. A happy couple, smiling, basking in the glow of their newfound relationship. But in the unforgiving world of social media, this was no ordinary post. This was Logan Paul and Nina Agdal, two public figures whose love story would soon become the internet's favorite punching bag. The moment Logan made his relationship with Nina public, the floodgates opened. The post, simple as it was, racked up hundreds of thousands of likes. On the surface, it looked like a win. The internet seemed to approve, or so it seemed. But as the likes poured in, so did the comments, and that's where the storm began. But the trolling didn't stop at comments and memes. It took on a life of its own. People began analyzing Nina's every move, her every word, and even her appearance. Entire threads were dedicated to tearing her down, comparing her to fictional characters, dissecting old photos, and making cruel jokes. But the most brutal chapter of this saga came when Logan announced his engagement to Nina. What should have been a joyful moment, a celebration of love, turned into yet another battleground. Logan proposed after just 7 months of dating, sharing a heartfelt video of the moment. The internet, however, saw it differently. The jokes continued, with users saying Logan had the weight of Hollywood on his shoulders. Even Nina herself admitted to being hesitant about their relationship at first. She openly said that Logan's past controversies made her unsure about associating with him. It was a candid moment of vulnerability, but the trolls twisted her words, using them as another weapon in their arsenal. And then there were the photos. Old pictures of Nina, some suggestive and taken out of context, started flooding social media. Just when it seemed like the trolling and public scrutiny couldn't get any worse, a new player entered the fray. Enter Dillon Danis, an MMA fighter with a knack for stirring up controversy. He wasn't just an internet troll. He was a calculated provocateur who saw an opportunity and seized it with both hands. What started as a boxing match promotion between Dillon and Logan Paul quickly spiraled into something much darker, with Nina Agdal caught squarely in the crossfire. It began subtly, tweets here, memes there. Dillon started posting pictures of Nina, old ones from her modeling days, photo shoots that had been widely publicized. At first, it seemed like another low-effort attempt to rattle Logan ahead of their fight. But then, Dillon cranked the dial up to 11. He wasn't just posting pictures anymore. He was flooding Twitter with them. 1, 2, sometimes 3 posts a day, each one more suggestive than the last. And it wasn't just photos. Dillon turned them into memes, layering on insults and mockery that felt deeply personal. Logan, for his part, brushed it off, at least publicly. To him, it was fight promotion, all part of the game. He even admitted that some of Dillon's posts were, in his words, top-tier trolling. In interviews, Logan laughed about it, even joked with his co-hosts about which meme he found the funniest. But beneath the surface, it was clear that this wasn't just another internet spat. This was different. For Nina, it was a nightmare. She wasn't part of the boxing match. She hadn't signed up for this. And yet, she was being dragged into the spotlight in the worst possible way. The situation escalated when Dylan posted something no one expected: a completely naked photo of Nina. The image was allegedly taken during one of her past modeling shoots, and while it wasn't new or scandalous in its original context, Dylan's decision to share it was seen as a new low. The internet exploded. Some people defended Dylan, saying he was just reposting public content. Others were horrified, calling it harassment. Logan and Nina responded with legal action, filing a cease and desist order against Dylan. But if they thought that would stop him, they were sorely mistaken. Dylan didn't just ignore the order. He doubled down, posting even more photos and memes. He framed the legal action as a victory, proof that he had gotten under Logan's skin. And in the court of public opinion, it was hard to argue against him. The trolling wasn't just about Nina anymore. Dylan started targeting Logan directly, accusing him of being complicit, of putting Nina in this position by making their relationship public. He even mocked Logan for filing the lawsuit, calling him weak and desperate. The internet, ever hungry for drama, ate it up. Hackers got involved, taking over major social media accounts to post brutal tweets about Logan and Nina. It was chaos, an unrelenting storm of negativity that seemed to have no end. And yet, through it all, Logan tried to maintain his composure. In interviews, he insisted that the trolling didn't bother him, that he and Nina were stronger than ever. But his actions told a different story. The fight promotion, the memes, the legal battles, it was all taking a toll. Logan and Nina were in the fight of their lives. For Nina, the damage was already done. Her name, her image, her life had been dragged through the mud, all because of a boxing match she had nothing to do with. And for Logan, the question remained: was this really worth it? Was the fight, the money, the attention worth the pain and humiliation it had brought to the woman he loved? As the fight date approached, the tension reached a boiling point. Everyone was waiting to see what would happen. Who would win, who would lose, and whether this saga would finally come to an end. But one thing was clear: no matter what happened in the ring, the damage outside of it was already done. The tension leading up to the fight was palpable. Social media was on fire. The memes kept rolling in, and the lines between personal and professional blurred even further. Logan Paul and Dylan Dennis were set to meet in the ring, but by this point, the fight wasn't just about boxing. For Logan, it was about defending his fiancée, Nina Agdal, and their relationship. For Dylan, it was about proving he could win the war of words, even if he lost the match. But Dylan wasn't done. Just days before the fight, he escalated things to a level no one thought possible. He began posting videos of Nina, taken from old interviews and media appearances, and pairing them with crude captions and commentary. One clip, in particular, went viral, an out-of-context snippet where Nina joked about her past. What was once harmless banter now became fuel for Dylan's relentless trolling. Logan had to act. The couple filed a second lawsuit against Dylan, this time for defamation and emotional distress. But Dylan treated it like a badge of honor. He doubled down again, sharing even more content and claiming he wasn't even halfway through his arsenal. "This is just the beginning," he tweeted, with a level of confidence that bordered on villainous. And then, the unthinkable happened. Hackers began posting doctored images of Nina and spreading fake stories about her online. The internet was flooded with misinformation, and the line between truth and fiction became almost impossible to see. For Nina, it was like living in a nightmare she couldn't wake up from. Logan, too, was visibly shaken. His usual bravado seemed to falter as the attacks got more personal, more invasive. In one particularly chilling twist, Dylan began attacking Logan's family. He dug up old rumors, shared unflattering stories, and even took aim at Logan's mother. It was a new low, even for Dylan, and it left many wondering just how far he was willing to go. But Logan wasn't innocent either. During a pre-fight press conference, he brought up Dylan's deceased father, a move that shocked even his own fans. Logan claimed it was just a response to Dylan's attacks on Nina, but for many, it felt like a step too far. The crowd went silent as Logan delivered the jab, and even Dylan seemed momentarily stunned. It was a rare moment of vulnerability for someone who had spent months projecting nothing but confidence. As the fight day drew closer, the stakes felt impossibly high. This wasn't just a boxing match anymore. It was a grudge match with deeply personal consequences. Every punch, every round would carry the weight of months of insults, memes, and legal battles. The world watched as Logan and Dylan faced off at the weigh-in. Their eyes locked in a stare down that said more than any words ever could. But the drama didn't end there. In the days leading up to the fight, Logan made a series of questionable moves that left fans scratching their heads. Instead of focusing on his training or spending time with Nina, he was busy promoting his latest business ventures. In one particularly tone-deaf video, Logan was seen pushing a new snack product while Nina was reportedly in the hospital. The backlash was immediate. Fans and critics alike slammed Logan for his priorities, calling him out for promoting junk food instead of standing by his fiancée. Nina, meanwhile, stayed silent. For someone who had been so brutally attacked online, her quiet dignity spoke volumes. She didn't engage with the trolls, didn't respond to the memes. Instead, she focused on her relationship with Logan. When Logan announced that they were expecting a child, the comments section lit up, not with congratulations, but with cruel jokes and baseless rumors. The joy of starting a family was overshadowed by the lingering aftermath of Dylan's trolling. Logan, always one to deflect criticism with humor or bravado, leaned into his role as a public figure. But even his attempts at normalcy, like promoting his new business ventures, were met with backlash. One video, where he casually showcased a line of snack products while Nina was reportedly in the hospital, became a flashpoint for criticism. It seemed like no matter what he did, the world wasn't ready to let go of the narrative that Dylan had built. For Nina, the situation was even more complicated. As a professional model with a high-profile past, she had always been in the public eye, but never like this. The memes, the doctored photos, the invasive commentary. It wasn't just trolling. It was character assassination. Despite everything, Logan and Nina tried to move forward. They made public appearances, shared glimpses of their life together, and even addressed the controversy head-on in interviews. Logan, in particular, seemed determined to frame the experience as a learning opportunity, a test of their love and commitment. But the question remained, was it all worth it? The fight had brought attention, money, and a massive audience, but it had also come at a cost that couldn't be measured in dollars or likes. The internet's memory might be short, but for Logan and Nina, the scars of this experience would last far longer. In the end, the fight was over, but the conversation wasn't. Logan and Nina were left to rebuild, not just their reputations, but their sense of normalcy in a world that had turned their lives into a spectacle. And for the rest of us, their story serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder of the power and the danger of living in a world where everything is public and nothing is off limits. Because in the world of internet fame, winning the fight is easy. Surviving the aftermath? That's the real challenge.